To give Brenda and Tibor their dream backyard, I'll need to pull a rabbit out of a hat. I thought their own sunroom facelift would give us a launching pad, not delay our own liftoff.
So let's hope that the fellow you're working with on the brick or stucco has a reasonable timeline.
Until the brick and foundation are finished on their addition, we're scrambling to keep busy.
Yeah, we'd probably put those posts in, but we can't put any along the house.
We don't like to be dependent on other people's work.
Can you keep yourself busy with other stuff?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah. Still a few little decisions that have to be made. The joinery of the Corten fence. The question of whether the client wants to have framework around the Corten steel or just have the Corten steel butting up against itself. We don't have any pictures of the Corten steel unframed, so you just kind of have to trust us on the look of that one.
I wasn't 100% convinced I want it without frames. I'm just worried that it will look too weak.
Does this bridge look weak to you? James and I decided to check it out ourselves. How does Corten steel hold up?
Let's get off this bridge. It looks like it might collapse. It's kind of rusty.
This is the Corten steel.
It's almost like it has a sandblast finish, and then it patinted up. And it's incredible.
To me, this is nice and warm.
It does feel really warm, and I think it can blend with some beautiful modern gardens. It can, with some traditional gardens too, and it really hooks up with both, I think, really well.
Let's get the hell out of here!
I'm tweaking the plans according to Tibor's final decision to break up the deck and to frame the steel portion of the fence. It's all looking good.
Jay?
I'm over at Brendan and Tibor's place.
What's up?
They told me they're going with brick on the exterior, and it's going to delay us 3 to 4 weeks before we can continue.
3 to 4 weeks. Can they? Is there a middle ground? Can they get part of it done and we can do our work and they come in after or anything?
We can do a couple of days to finish the fence, but basically we're off the job until they finish the brickwork.
That's not good news right now.
If you can read the visual metaphor, you'll realize that we're screwed. All we can do now is finish the demolition and put in the post for the wood perimeter fence.
As an overview, we took this set of stairs out, and we're waiting for these guys to finish up the work so we can get started.
So are we working while these guys are doing the house?
So that was the reason we did the fence. Probably the fence may have happened later.
We can't do the Corten steel fencing until the deck is up.
That's true, because the weather may be closing in now, huh?
Time is getting scarce.
Well, with winter breathing down our necks, I thought it best to get inspiration in a more tropical environment.
You know what, guys? As much as we're in this beautiful environment with like one species of everything and this beautiful frilly colors and everywhere, this is not what Brenda and Tibor want. They want direct opposite of that.
It's unfortunately the tree's right in the middle of the garden, basically, and it's a fairly mature maple. It's a beautiful tree. Maple tree roots are always a problem because of the capillary roots, and it's like a stranglehold with like spaghetti roots, very close to the surface, so it's hard to even dig 2 inches.
Well, that's it, and you have to realize whatever you plant there, even if they can handle those conditions, it's really going to be prohibited in growth.
Lily of the Valley, it's a great one. The architectural foliage is just coming out with spikes, massive. Just keeps growing, and under the shade, it'll be perfect.
You could use viola also as another one, because I had it in my backyard and basically trashed the backyard, and it still came back the next year, and it was shady. Like, my backyard is shady, and it was everywhere in the backyard.
Yeah, but who cares? You sold that house.
Another option would be Cornus canadensis, the low ground covering dogwood.
Beautiful.
That seems like a perfect location for it, too, isn't it?
And it's also a native plant. Based on what we were talking about, the privacy is going to be an issue on the deck over here and nowhere else in the garden, really.
No. So I think that our plant selection is going to be really important as to what is going to give us nice height, give them privacy, but not make them feel like they're in a cave.
Now I'd like to tell you about this conservatory.
Excellent.
It was back in 1872.
Let's go. Get out of here.
When Lord Byron descended upon the Wales.
It was 45 minutes before James realized we had booked. Meanwhile, Jay and I decided to check out our stalled work.
That's looking good, nice and clean, but it's slowing down a little over here.
Yeah, Brendan and Tibor have decided that tree needs to come out.
Yeah, so they want to take this one out.
They do, it's coming out tomorrow morning.
Nice. Really is a nice, big, beautiful tree, and it really does sort of cut up the space in between the 2 houses.
It does.
But the point being, at the end of the day, it's a client's house. If it's not their style, and I do trust their style, it's going in.
Yep.
Have we had any word about the timeline for these guys?
And he figured he would be done by the weekend. that's like what,
This weekend?
36 hours from now.
Okay. It's a lot of brick. Well, hey, you
The
know what?
brick's not even here.
It's a little unfortunate.
Yeah.
We should probably start drinking.
Of course, drinking can lead to a whole new set of weird problems.
Kennedy, what do you think about Brendan?
Hello.
Hello.